Hello everybody, Dominomial here, and welcome back to another episode of Bug Fables. Last time was the Spy Card Special, where we played spy cards the whole time, and that was it. And in this episode, it's mostly prep work for the rubber prison, the bigger battles ahead of us, because I may not be entirely sure what's in store, and I have a feeling I'm getting pretty close to the finale of this game. Just a hunch. So, yeah. So I'm here to basically do some last minute preparations before. Well, I know it isn't the final area, but we're getting pretty close to the end of the game, and I have a feeling once I enter the Giant's Nest, it's going to be kind of awkward to leave anyway. Except for maybe getting items near the end of the dungeon, because I have a feeling the game will pull oh, if you need to do last minute preparations, here's a shortcut back to the Ant Kingdom, or to the whatever. Still. Actually, no, I want to go to the Golden Settlement, because last episode, I opened up a blocked off path from the help with the orange bug. Yeah. It's you! Thank you so much! Now I can break this rock! I implore you to reconsider. You've hurt yourself already. Nah, I'ma do it. Just watch! And thus he... Mightier Pebble Metal. Wow. I did it! I broke the rock! A champion of the people! So much honor! Congrats! I can rest now. I deserve it for working so hard. See you, and thanks! Okay. Okay, goodbye, Mr. Orange Bug. Let's see if I can do Tangy Bear. No. Dark Cherries. No! I'm mashing A. I don't want to do that. No! Menuing is hard, guys. Please tell me this is good. It is. Fully restores. Guys, we may not need to worry about TP for a while. Fully restores. What the hell, game? I mean, I already have 2 full heals, but I still need to go back to the Ant Kingdom anyway, or Ant City or whatever, the capital, so that I can... How many crystals? I have 4 crystal berries. I have enough for certain metals that may be good. Because... Wait. What is my metal setup? I have Last Stand plus Super Block. That's good. I'll take that. I don't need back support, which I had on for a long time. Do I not have... I thought I had that badge, or was that at the shop? Well, either way, I'm still going to get Dark Cherries and make another full TP heal, because that's just ridiculous. Like, I could buy, like... I could buy, like, the ingredients for, like, 3 or 4 of those if I include, like, the bank berries that I have. And honestly, it doesn't sound half bad. So, what? Well, I could put this on V, but that's too expensive. I thought there was a badge here. No, I don't need that. I thought there was another badge here that I wanted. Or medal, sorry. I thought there was... Is there not a medal that I wanted? I don't need attack or defense. I don't need that. Really? Well, I'll still take dark cherries. So I think I probably need like another crystal berry to actually make that worth it. I thought there was a badge that I could get. Particularly, I'm looking for front support, because V is in the front a lot. And it seems like a good badge to get. TP plus, don't need that. Another TP plus. That's meditation is good TP conservation. Really? Really? I'm kind of scared to ask that guy to cook the berries for me because it might be like an exclusive thing that only the chef can chop up. Sorry. Restores 4 HP, boosts that. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Let's play Flappy Bird a little bit. Okay, welcome back to the Flappy Bird podcast with not Dom and Dom. This is the stupidest bit I've ever done, but we're still sponsored by Burt's Bees, but not really. So, what are we talking about in the Flappy Bird Okay. So, not Dom, what are we talking about in the Flappy Bird podcast today? Well, we're talking about anime, your favorite topic. Oh, wow, I love anime. What anime are we talking about? I mean, I'm excited to talk about anime. Well, Dom, what animes have you been watching recently? Oh, that's a pretty simple question to answer. Recently, I've been watching Bleach. It's not bad per se, but I don't know, like, I think it's pretty good for the most part. I do like the sword fights. I mean, I am a sucker for anime swordsmen. But everything else about the show feels kinda weird. I don't really know how to put it. It just feels kinda lazy or cliche. Would you go a bit further in depth? Well, I'm trying to, not Dom. I'm trying to, not Dom. But thing is, it's kind of difficult to put your thoughts into words when you're watching somebody else play Flappy Bird and concentrating immensely and hoping that they don't die and get like a high score and all that. Oh, I totally get the feeling. Yeah, I know you do. But Bleach is a pretty well-known shonen anime, and it came out in like, what, 2004? I don't know why I'm, like, debriefing the history of Bleach, but, like, I guess just for the viewers that are watching without knowing what Bleach is, besides the whole, don't drink it kind of thing. So... Okay. Sorry, I'm just distracted by how mesmerizing it is to actually, like, see somebody play Flappy Bird at really high speeds. Like, is this a high score? No. No, it isn't. The high score was 45,000 or 4,500. Oh, that concludes this episode of the Flappy Bird podcast. 47 tokens. That's good. I want to buy a couple spicy fries. Oh, I only had enough for one. Well, we'll continue the Flappy Bird podcast. So, as I was getting back to earlier, Bleach is an interesting anime, but also really uninteresting because it uses a ton of shonen tropes, which I get. Bleach is one of the first big shonens to come out in the US, like, since Dragon Ball. The only other shonens to really do so are Naruto and One Piece, which I'm really fond of One Piece, actually, even though it has gotten kind of shitty lately. Well, the most recent arc of One Piece isn't too bad. It's gotten slightly better with the pacing, but oh man, the Big Mom arc had completely horrible pacing and animation. And Dressrosa, really good concept, horrible pacing. Took over 100 episodes to complete that arc. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about One Piece. Bleach. I like the show. Don't get me wrong, I like the show. I just think that some of the writing could definitely be improved. I think the sword fights are cool, for the most part, albeit they're kind of easy to predict since I've watched so many other shonens. But I think some of the writing just feels... It kind of comes across as kind of weird and definitely a bit dated. Because the female characters in Bleach, they're not really that well written. And, like, granted, the show doesn't really have too many chances to write female characters, because, like, only 20% of the cast is female. Like, most of the cast is just anime swordsmen, and a couple swordswomen here and there. But I don't really like how they handle writing some of the female characters, because the first major arc in Bleach, the Soul Society arc, is about the main female character that you first see in Bleach, the one that gives protagonist his powers initially. She goes to prison and she has to be saved by protagonist and crew. In shonens, I'm not really a big, or in like just like a lot of more serious storytelling or like shows that revolve around story, I'm not really a big fan of the whole damsel in distress trope. I'm kind of fine with it in games because, like, you need something to push the story along, and it's not really about the story sometimes, it's just about the gameplay. And sometimes the damsel in distress trope can be very, very good if done right. And the first arc of Bleach, the Soul Society arc, the first major arc, I wasn't really angry at the whole damsel in distress thing when I was watching that, because it makes sense when you're watching it in context. Like, the main female character, Rukia, who gave Ichigo, the protagonist, his powers, she doesn't have any powers anymore because she used them all up when giving them to Ichigo. And she isn't really that strong anymore, but, like, she still kind of comes across as, like, kind of a badass because, she's the one that has to introduce the protagonist to everything, and she needs to, like, be kind of strong enough to handle the minor threats and show him how to do things. And they do that pretty well. And Rukia as a character, I really like. I really like her personality. She's snarky. She's likable. she's actually, like, legitimately likable. Okay. What was I getting at? Yeah. So it kind of does make sense that the whole Soul Society arc happens because she has to... She's obliged to get executed because she did something illegal by giving a rando her powers. And then just living in the human world for a while. And if you don't know the concept of Bleach, don't worry about it too much. There's basically the real world, and there's a separate world called the Soul Society, where souls gather, and then they have to defeat bad guys like Hollows, or variants of Hollows, to maintain the balance of the world. And yeah, like, she also kind of, like, goes into the Soul Society to get executed so that Ichigo doesn't have to deal with, like, potentially dying and all that. Because, she does feel guilty for getting him involved, which does make sense. I don't know, I'm just justifying, like, the whole damsel in distress thing in the first arc. And, yeah, I can see the first reason why, but the first time around. But, okay, I don't know anything about the filler arcs because I've been skipping all the fillers in Bleach. I skipped the Bounce arc because I heard it was completely awful and terrible and not worth watching. And keep in mind, Bleach has a 45% filler ratio, filler to canon episodes. That's like almost half the show that's filler. And in the second major arc, the Arankar arc, which Arankar is basically just a powered up version of a Hollow that can speak and talk and has sentience. One of the other female characters, so Rukia, she comes off as a bit of a badass, like in the beginning of the show, because she's a Soul Reaper, the first one you see, and she has really cool powers. And she, like, even though she does get kidnapped, like, you still respect her because you know she is a strong female character. She just feels responsible for everything that happened. I never mentioned Orihime, which is the other main female character of the show, who gets the ability to play the White Mage, the White Mage in a Final Fantasy game. And, while I get that she's not too strong physically because, Okay. No, I don't want to play this. Yeah, but Orihime is probably one of the most annoying characters in anime I've seen. And that's kind of saying something, because even though she is a designated support role, like if you were to put it in D&D terms or RPG terms or whatever, she does almost absolutely nothing to contribute to the party. Because even in the Soul Society arc, when like she first has her powers, she tries to do one attack, and then she can't do it because because the bad guy got rid of her method of attacking. And she never really got a chance to heal anybody in that arc, from what I remember. I think she was mostly just wandering around and then got lost, and then stuff happened. Rukia got saved, yada yada. And by the end of the arc, she did nothing. I can't remember when she was actually useful during that arc. This is probably going to be another long episode. I don't know. I might just start uploading these videos every other day if they're going to be this long, an hour. I might just make them longer because I want to get this game done and over with because it's starting to drag on a little while. And also, I'm ranting here. Don't interrupt me while I'm ranting. So, okay, like that, I guess that's fine. She starts off weak. Like, hopefully the show will make her stronger in some way. Like, make her improve her character. Like, make her a bit more interesting. Like, I don't know. Like Nami from One Piece, who got stronger, like, after you first met her. Like, it took a while, but she definitely did try to get stronger, and she did. She accomplished that. I mean, with a bit of help, but yeah, that's not the point here. What am I supposed to do here? Huh? Please ask management? I think I'm supposed to kill this guy. Okay. Finally, a battle. Okay. Okay, and finally V can attack. I'm not going to do Poison V strats right now because that's kind of TP inefficient. Or item inefficient, rather. I forgot what I was trying to say. But yeah, anyway, Orihime. In the Arrancar arc, she gets kidnapped. Or, rather, she gets soft kidnapped? Like, in reality, she gets kidnapped, but at the same time, they're like, oh, but you get the option to say goodbye to somebody and do any last preparations, so we're not really kidnapping you, right? Wink, wink. She gets kidnapped. And she basically gets blackmailed into doing so, because if she doesn't, then everybody will die. Which, yeah, okay, like, I would also, well, okay, I'm an asshole, so I wouldn't sacrifice myself to get kidnapped, but, I mean, logically speaking, they're probably going to kill anybody everywhere, anyway, if you, or rather, they're going to kidnap you anyway, so just say yes. But, anyway, she gets kidnapped, which is kind of frustrating, because she is a weak character, but they play her, like, down as if she's, like, the weakest character ever in, like, history. And yeah. It is kind of annoying, just a little bit. Oh, I get it. And I don't know, like, while she's kidnapped, basically, you have to go through her, like, thought process on everything. Like, they show it, and, like, it just doesn't really feel too deserved. Or, like, I don't know, it just feels kinda cliched. Or stereotypical? Gender Nah. I guess gender doesn't really... Oh, okay, it does a little bit. But, like, the little respect that I had for Orihime in the first place during the Soul Society arc and, like, all that when she got her powers of healing, like, I'm just thinking, okay, maybe during the Soul Society she never got a chance to actually use her powers. And then in the Arrancar arc, they basically say, oh yeah, you have the power to literally say no to something. Well, oh yeah, somebody gets brutally injured, is on the verge of death? No, that never happened. She has that ability. She can literally cause space-time phenomena at a will and just say, no, that never happened. That never happened, I refuse. Her spell names are actually called, like, I reject, too. Like, that's part of the incantation. So, in reality, she has the most overpowered ability in the show. Imagine what you could do with that. Ah, yes, I reject. And then suddenly the protagonist is alive again. I don't know, revive him from the dead, will ya? That never happened in the show, actually. That would have been really stupid, but not like it's not gonna happen. I don't know, I'm only 200 episodes in, not including filler. Or not watching filler, so I don't know. And okay, granted, I'll give her that she didn't know the full extent of her abilities. But, it's just hard to watch. It's just hard to watch, I'll just say that much. You kind of have to watch the show for yourself to understand what I'm getting at. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. And, like, you had to go through, like, her whole, like, emotional phase of, like, oh, but I have feelings for the protagonist. Okay. Yeah. Like, like, a lot of, like, romance shows or animes, I can just hover around. What am I doing? What am I supposed to do here? No, but, like, seriously, what? They're like, explorers and visitors do not lose your permit, otherwise you must use... Okay. Wow. That's it? They didn't have a key to give me, so they're just like, yeah, use the permit. So, yeah, I don't know... I think the show kind of handles female characters kind of awkwardly, because, like, Orihime, like, if she was the sole exception of, like, terrible character writing in the show, like, yeah, like, that, fine, I'll accept that. But also Rukia, like, the one badass female character you know in that show, besides, like, maybe one other who can do cool stuff, but is also mostly there for fan service. The moment she gets her abilities back, and, like, you're thinking, wow, she gets her abilities back, that's so cool, finally we can see what she's able to do. Like, when she's not compromised. Because when she was compromised, she was able to do some really cool stuff. No, the first fight she gets into, non-filler, after getting her powers back, she just loses immediately, basically. And it's almost kind of insulting. So, yeah. Look, I'm not, like, going on a rant about this because, like, I'm, like, ultra-feministic or whatever. Like, look, I support, like, equal, like, rights between genders, and I think that is, like, something we as a society should strive for a little bit more, like, especially, like, considering it's, like, a political, social kind of problem. But, I mean, I support it, but I'm not going to, like, die on the hill saying, oh, I support equal gender rights. Look, I support it, like, I think it's good. I support more equality. But, yeah, I'm not going to, like, die over it, because, like, it just feels kind of awkward to, like, say that you're fighting for equal gender rights when you're the half of the population that gets more, when you're the gender that gets the most benefits, to say the least. I'm not really going to delve more into the topic because that's like a whole can of worms that I don't want to open. But just know that, yes, I do support equal gender rights. And any other rights for any other sexual orientations and any other genders that I didn't mention. Trying to stay as neutral as possible here, because if I say something wrong, I'll definitely anger somebody. But yeah, like, I don't know. Bleach kind of did handle that kind of storytelling weirdly, and I didn't like it with Orihime. Like, if you want an example of a good female, I'm not saying that female characters always need to be strong in shows. They don't. There can definitely be a damsel in distress trope if you want there to be. You just need to justify it. Games justify it with the gameplay. With no story. Like Mario. Like, as cliched as it is for Princess Peach to get kidnapped for the 15,000th times, like, you gotta admit, it does get the story moving along to, like, justify Mario running and jumping and killing Goombas and stomping Bowser. In Bleach, it's just... In Bleach, you know, a show that's more story-oriented in general, just having a damsel in distress and not doing anything with it, not making her more likable or more powerful, kinda is lame. But I'm not saying that... Okay. Anyway, back to what I was getting to. Having a weak female character doesn't automatically make something bad. It's okay to have a weak female character. It's also okay to have a weak male character. You just don't see too many of those. Or not as many of those. But, okay, the anime purists are going to hate me here for a little bit, but let's talk about Fairy Tail, shall we? Fairy Tail. The anime that I semi-love. In all reality, Fairy Tail, 90% of the time, well, more like 80%, it's pretty boring as hell. Because, well, yeah, but, like, it's just not that fun to watch, like, a lot of the time. Some of the fillers are interesting, they develop the characters a little bit, and, like, the actual, like, some of the canon stuff, like, the actual arcs, I literally could not give a shit about. Or, like, some of the subplots going on. Like, I don't even give a shit about the main villain of Fairy Tail, which I don't even fucking remember his name. Oh, it's Zareth, that's right. Zareth and Acnologia. I don't care about Zareth as a villain. And I don't care about some of the other characters either. Some of the more major characters, like Natsu, I also don't care about Natsu. To me, he's just there to progress the plot and be the one to fight the good, like the amazing fights. He's the shonen protagonist, the very average, cliched shonen protagonist. That's even more like cliched and tropish than actual like older shonen protagonists. Like, I mean, even like Luffy from One Piece isn't that like cliched because he does get development later on. And I mean, I'm not saying Natsu doesn't get development, but the show has a very, very apparent theme of friendship will save the day. And sometimes how much that show rubs it in really hurts my soul. Like, I get it. You don't need to tell me the 5,000th time, show. I get it. Friendship will save everybody. No, but small fairy tale rant, I guess. All too. Fairy tale rant included with Bleach rant. But when the show does get good, it gets really good. Specifically in music and character development. And also some of the fight scenes aren't that bad either. Like, the animation in Fairy Tail isn't bad. It's just it definitely feels more geared towards a younger audience, though. A younger audience, but also with a shit ton of fan service, so it's kind of confusing. Like, is it an ecchi, or is it like a... Like, what do you want to be? Anyway. If you like character development and some good music, watch Fairy Tail. Even though it is, like, pretty boring for the most part, it's still worth the watch, because that 20% that is good in Fairy Tail is pretty damn good. Okay, what was I doing here? I don't even know. Oh, I guess to get up here. Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay. The protagonist of Fairy Tail. I say protagonist with air quotes. With heavy air quotes. Because there isn't really a true protagonist in Fairy Tail. But I say protagonist because the point of view of the show takes place from a female character. Lucy Harphelia is her name. And she has average intelligence, average looks, average physical abilities. Like, she is basically the very definition of average. So she is basically average, and like, I guess she is a little bit witty sometimes because like they do need to make jokes, and Lucy is the butt of a whole lot of jokes in that show. And oh jeez, whatever. So you get my point. She's average. She is basically Makoto from the Danganronpa series. Or Danganronpa? I don't know how to pronounce that game to this day. Okay. Okay. But, like, over the course, like, in the beginning of the show, she is really weak. She has, like, no, like, the only thing that she has at her disposal is the ability to summon celestial spirits, which are represented by the zodiac signs, or like, yeah, astrology, basically. So, if you know astrology, or you're just a really huge fan of Binding of Isaac like me, then, like, you'll recognize all of them. But, like, she only has a few to start off with. And she, and she basically only starts off with a few, and she... yeah, she gathers more of them as the show goes on. But she loses a whole lot of fights in the beginning of the show. She isn't strong, she relies on all the others to do the work for her. And while, like, she wants to help out, she just can't. She's not good enough to. So that's basically what motivates her to get stronger in the end. She wants to be able to help out her friends with very cliched themes of friendship. And I don't know why I heard Hurricane Toss. But yeah, over the course of the show, she does get stronger. She does get more abilities, and oh man. Like, after, like, the first 100, like, 200 episodes of Fairy Tail, like, after, like, the Grand Magic Games arc is where Lucy kind of starts to get better as a character, because I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to watch it, since I'm talking about it and you want to give that anime a chance. But while she doesn't get stronger physically, okay, she does have a really cool moment during the Grand Magic Games arc that gets squandered. But she does get stronger, and you feel her rage and frustration when she fails because of an unfair tactic. Like, it's... during that moment, I actually genuinely felt really frustrated at that. And that's good, because she's the most relatable character, considering, like, she's the most average, and, like, her point of view takes place from her. Like, she's the most likable character in that show. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Urza. I think Urza is kind of stupid. I mean, I like her fight scenes. Don't get me wrong, it is really cathartic to see Urza come down with, like, 200 swords flying down out of nowhere and just killing her opponents. But I think her subplot is really dumb and kind of overly convoluted. Because I don't give a shit about Jalal, the first villain of the series. Okay. Okay. Well, I can't do anything. That takes forever. Oh, but I get extra defense. That's cool. Oh, right. I forgot I have extra MP now that I leveled up. I should really keep that in check. But yeah, like, Urza has cool fight scenes. I don't like her subplot, but that's fine. Like, she's another example of a good female character. I just don't really care for her in particular. But yeah, like, Lucy does get the most development in that show, and it does show, for lack of a better word. So, like, yeah, like, in the middle of the show, she gets one really crucial moment to shine where she actually succeeds in pulling everybody like out of the brinks of like death / non-existence. And that moment hit really hard. Because she finally accomplished something. She didn't get gimped out of it. And it felt earned, even though there were some major sacrifices to go along with it, unfortunately. Which, for some reason, Fairy Tail loves, like, inducing forced, like, sacrifices at the end of an arc, which I don't get. Okay. I can. Okay. So what did that unlock? So yeah, if you like character development and you want a really well-written female character, yeah, look at Fairy Tail. I think the only weird part about Lucy is the stuff they did in the final arc, which the final arc it's actually like, I think the final arc of Fairy Tail is actually pretty bad. The only reason why I gave it a 5 on my anime list is because it had a couple of... It basically tied up plot threads for the characters, that's all. Otherwise, it's like a 4 out of 10. Like, I don't know, for example, Urza, the OP, the OP, really powerful, badass character that has been established throughout the show, she does something that even I couldn't comprehend in a shonen, and while she's wounded and, like, barely conscious and, like, only has one arm, keep in mind, she has all these injuries that keep her from doing a lot of stuff that most people, you know, wouldn't be able to do. Like, most people wouldn't even be able to walk around with, like, a broken leg and, like, one arm. She gets up, she launches herself and propels herself towards the sky and destroys a giant meteor with one hand. One sword. So, the final arc of Fairy Tail is pretty bad. It can get really hilarious at points, with just how bad it can get. But, yeah. Like, also, I guess I should have put, like, spoiler warnings, but I guess it doesn't really matter if I don't say anything descript. There's also at one point in the final arc that I thought was really weird, like, main protagonist is near the brink of death. Okay, Lucy, you go lie with him, naked, under the sheets. It'll help, because body warmth. Yeah, that felt a little bit awkward to watch. History book. I don't know. Fairy Tail can get weird. But yeah, I was just using that as an example compared to Bleach's storytelling for female characters or character development. Yeah. No. Bleach doesn't have good female characters. They either need to get saved or they're just never get stronger. Or they're weak and they never get stronger. I don't know. maybe I'll get better development later on. Hopefully. I'm done with this rant, though. Yeah. I keep trying to avoid kind of weird topics to dance around, such as what I just talked about, like female stereotypes in writing. Which, I mean, it's not that bad because it's okay to talk about. It just feels weird to talk about as a guy criticizing female character development, because I don't know. I think it would be better to have a female perspective on these types of things. I don't know. But, I don't know. For some reason, my commentary always strays towards talking about kind of risky subjects. Okay, episode 26, I talk about my friend and his actions during the failed recording session. Which, yeah, may not have been the smartest move. And then in episode 32, I talk about my inner psyche and completely just lie myself flat down, bare on the table, hey, guys, come on and make fun of me. That kind of shit. So, yeah. I think the only reason why I'm able to talk about this stuff, or, more serious subjects like this, is because, yeah, I am trying to, improve my commentary. Don't get me wrong there. But I think it also helps that I'm just talking into a mic. No problem. I don't actually see you guys. I don't know when you guys are watching. I just upload a video into the abyss, and there. 5 people watched it. And nobody commented, so I don't know whether what I'm talking about is good or not, but hey, I did lose a subscriber since last time I checked, so yeah, that's a good sign. Now I'm truly in 10 subscriber purgatory. Oh boy. Yeah, actually, speaking of my YouTube channel, okay. I'll probably just cut this episode in the middle somewhere with no intro or outro, because I'm kind of on a roll here, and I don't feel like doing any of those anyway, so yeah. Anyway, talking about my YouTube channel. So, okay. I'm not gonna lie and say, I want to, drastically improve my YouTube channel. I mean, I am planning on trying different things for my YouTube channel. Whenever I get, maybe a webcam, I want to try, maybe... What was that badge that I wanted? I don't need back support. Oh, right, last attack on B. Oh. That would probably actually be better on Kabu, maybe? But just imagine. Yeah, okay, this YouTube channel, it's definitely a hobby thing. But at the same time, I do want it to grow. And I do eventually want to try different things other than Let's Playing. For example, I want to do video reviews, scripted reviews, or analysis. Or analyses, sorry, plural. And I think that would all be fun, creating a script, editing a video, because while I say that I hate editing, and I kind of do for this kind of stuff, because I don't really feel like I'm accomplishing too much. I'm just listening to my own voice, which I think is kind of annoying when editing this. Not because I hate my voice, because I do, but I've gotten over the fact. I just think, naturally, my voice is a little bit annoying. I don't know. Can you guys confirm that? Can you guys confirm if my voice is annoying or not? Because sometimes when I want to watch a video and it seems interesting, sometimes I just completely quit out of the video because I hear an annoying voice, or a voice that can be kind of annoying. Yep. I do that, and, Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is that I kind of want to try and improve my branding. Yeah, I definitely want to try and improve the branding for my channel. Because I don't think my branding... Well, my branding is non-existent at this point. I don't have a channel icon. I just have a stock image of Dominoes. I have the bullshit gibberish name of Dominomial, which... The reason why I came up with that name in particular is because, it's a stupid story. But the reason why I came up with that name is because, during, like, last year, or, like, this last school year before quarantine kicked in, during last school year, when I was doing when I was in a AP Calc AB or whatever whatever the ranking is, it's AB, but like that's like first level of Calc. The teacher I had would always say monomial as monomeal. Like, she would stretch out the syllables mono, like I get it, like mono as in like single, like we're talking about parabolas here, like polynomial, and the rest. I can't I don't know, but the first one with only one line, like a linear line, y equals mx plus b, is called a monomial, or sorry, monomial, because there's only one point for each y-axis. I think that is? I don't know. But she always said monomial with complete emphasis on the, Can I just... Can I, like, destroy this bridge? But yeah, that's basically the whole story between Dominomial. She always said monomial, and I'm like, I can't get the way she pronounces that word out of my head. It's supposed to be monomial. Or I think that's how I say it. And that's how I want it to be said, because it just sounds better. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. No, but seriously, what am I supposed to do? I'm, like, barely paying attention to this dungeon now. Or I am, but probably too late. Do I have any items? No. Can I just walk? Oh yeah, I totally can. Anyway, yeah. I just couldn't get the way she said Monomeal out of my head, and I'm like, well, I could easily just make a pun with my name, with or wordplay, and say Dominomial instead. That's it. That's it. And then I just use Dominoes as my profile picture because Dominoes, part of my name, or like, yeah, Dominic, Dominoes. That's it. That's it. That's the whole joke between my name. And honestly, this was only really meant to be a temporary name. It wasn't supposed to be, like, anything big. It's just, it kind of stuck, and I can't think of any other names. And if I change it now, it'd be kind of weird. Or, no, not really. I only have 10 subscribers. So, no, it wouldn't be weird. It's just, I think it would be weird. But yeah, I do want to improve the branding for my channel. Or the non-existent branding, that is. Because, well, I want to create like a banner and like an actual like channel logo. Okay, guy, get out of my way. I don't have enough stuff to fight you. Okay, please. Please don't attack me. They attacked me. Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, I do plan on creating a banner and a logo. That's basically what I'm trying to say. The thing is, I have no artistic talent. None whatsoever. I mean, the only thing I can do is modifying shit in Photoshop. That's about all. Like, if you think I can do anything more than that, you're fooling yourself. But thank you anyway. Thank you anyway for being more confident in my ability than I am. So, I mean, I'm not going to... I can't hire somebody to make art, because that's just kind of dumb. I'm not making money from this, guys. Like, oh, I know that's really obvious, but I do get a couple of complaints here and there, like, from one friend in particular. Not gonna say who, but you know who you are if you're watching. Like, hey, why didn't you upload a video today? Where is my daily bug fables? Well, I'm making these videos for free. I'm not getting paid, and in no way am I obligated to actually make videos for you. And honestly, you don't really have a right to complain because this stuff is free anyway. Like, yeah, you can give, like, criticisms or tell me maybe I said something wrong, but if you're complaining about my content, just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's as easy as that. So, yeah. What's this? Oh, platforming. Huh. But that needs to... Can I not rotate these? I do need to rotate. Oh, I can. I just need to use this. That should be enough. No, I need the middle one. So, approximately half a rotation. There, that should be good. Oh. So I need to do 3/4 rotation. Okay, sounds good. So I need that one on bottom right. Okay, that should be good. Well, no, maybe not. No, I can make that jump. I definitely can. It's just very precise. Okay, I did it. That was scary. But I somehow finagled that one out. Okay. Now I just need to switch the lever or the gear back. Yeah. There, that is key. That's on the top. Is it? No. But I still probably need to go up anyway. So, yeah, I guess look forward to some channel improvements, some, I guess, small, like, quality of life updates later. Because I am going to try and work on the promotional stuff for my channel. It'll just take a little while, and since I have no artistic talent, it will also be really difficult for me. Because I have no idea how I even want to get started on something like that in the first place. So, yeah. I do kind of want to keep going, but I've exhausted all my commentary. I do want to talk about something. I could keep going, but... I can't. I can't talk about that. Not yet. Not until I can guarantee that I can. It's nothing offensive, but it does involve friends that are watching this series, and I do want to keep them in the dark. Something to look forward to them if it hasn't happened already. But, yeah, anyway, for everybody that's watching, thank you for watching this episode of Bug Fables, and the last, and the whole series, probably, unless you skipped around. So, next time we will continue further into the rubber prison. That's all. That's it. That's all. Goodbye.